What's up, you guys? So in today's video, I'm gonna be going over a few fragrances that I feel like don't get enough love. I feel like these fragrances don't get enough love in the groups, here on YouTube, just in general. They don't get enough of that sweet, sweet YouTube reviewer love. They just don't get the ooh and the ah that they deserve. They get none of this. They get none of that anywhere, really. But on that note, let's get into it. So before I get into this list, I want you to comment down below and I want you to share with me some fragrances that you think don't get enough hype or enough love here on YouTube. Or a fragrance that you enjoy, that you really enjoy, that just doesn't get talked about quite enough. And the first fragrance I feel like this doesn't get quite enough attention. Now this is a flanker that is definitely overshadowed by the original. The original being a fragrance that is pretty much reviewed every single day here on YouTube. And is well known and praised for pretty much all the right reasons. It's beast mode, performs, projects. It's great for like a club or bar kind of setting fragrance. But its flanker is one that I feel like is equally as good, if not, in my opinion, a little bit better. The first one I have here is gonna be coming in hot as Eros Flame. It's one that I feel like is just drastically under talked about. There's just so many reviews of the original Eros, but this one right here, it kind of, you know, to some was a letdown. But for me personally, I much rather have this on me than the original. The Eros Flame has a much better opening, in my opinion, than the actual original Eros. Now, if we're talking about beast mode fragrances, this is definitely one of them. This is one that will reach across the room. It'll reach whoever, you know, you're sitting next to. It makes for a phenomenal, great clubbing scent. And in my opinion, this will set you much farther apart than the original Eros would, at least in the first hour or two of you wearing it. This is different. It smells nice. It is beastly though, guys. The opening is very bitter and very sweet. It's gonna reach across to whoever you're sitting by. And in terms of sillage, will be through the roof. Now, I have not tried out the brand new Eros EDP, but just from experience, I do prefer this over Eros, and if they just simply, you know, amped up the performance on the Eros EDP, I'm still gonna reach for this over that. Enjoy the scent more with this one. But you don't really see much here on YouTube of this getting talked about, you know, highly, or even in the groups really. I don't understand. Where's the love for the Eros Flame? And now next is gonna be a fragrance that I myself have kind of underhyped or talked about poorly in the past, but it's specifically because I went into the fragrance expecting something different, I guess. Went in with the idea that it was gonna be like a freshie for winter, when in reality it's just gonna be like a fresh opening with a phenomenal dry down and winter fragrance. The way that it appears here on YouTube is that you either love it or you hate it. There's not really much of an in-between with this fragrance. But the line of these fragrances appears to be pretty well received, even if this one's not really your favorite. This next one's gonna go to Coach Platinum. Like I said, guys, this is gonna be great. In the opening, you have a fresh pineapple-y kind of scent to it. And in the dry down, it's gonna be much more of a warming and a biting scent. Now, when I first got this, I really thought it was gonna have that pineapple fresh, you know, fruitiness kind of go throughout and out of the entire wearing of the fragrance. I was not right with that. I was wrong. So initially, I kind of set this aside as a fragrance that I want to wear because I had been bamboozled. I thought I had been bamboozled into buying a fragrance. But in actuality, I had to come back and revisit the fragrance and kind of, you know, learn to appreciate what it is. Which, in my opinion, it is a great, much overlooked fragrance. And side note, this is going to be the most affordable on this list. Now, if you've been guilty of like buying a fragrance and hating it, then turning it around, you know, a month or 2 months or 3 months or years later and enjoying it, I want you to comment down below and share it with us. But again, guys, that is Coach Platinum. Now, lastly but not least, it's gonna be a fragrance that I know a lot of people don't like. If I send it the day to day, but I know that a lot of people just don't like this one. They don't like the vibe of it. They don't like a lot of things about it. But me, it's different. It brings different characteristics, different traits to this line that I feel like are much needed. It brings a sweet fragrance to this line. You have your sweet notes along with your marine notes. You have your sweet notes along with your, you know, woodier notes. And to me personally, it is a phenomenal fragrance. But do not ask like 70% of the reviewers here on YouTube because they'll tell you it's trash. And lastly that I have here on this list, guys, is gonna be Acqua di Gio Absolute. Like I said, guys, this is a phenomenal fragrance. I'll put the notes up somewhere up here. It is great. It's different than the Acqua di Gio, different than Acqua di Gio Profumo, Profondo. All of them really, outside of the direct flankers of this, like, you know, Acqua di Gio, Absolute Instinct. This, in my opinion, is a great fragrance from the line. Now, they're all great in their own kind of way, but this one right here is gonna be great for if you want a sweet fragrance that has marine notes. Whereas I've heard some compare it to Invictus. I don't really get the Invictus vibe with this because it's lacking the bubblegum note, but maybe with the sweeter notes, I can see it being comparable there, but it is enjoyable. And like I said, this is my scent of the night tonight, which, guys, I've got to stop wearing these fragrances so much. I tapped through the 1 ounce one of this, and now this one's almost halfway. Guys, that is that. If you tried either one of these three, I want you to comment down below and tell us if you enjoyed it, if you disliked it, if you hated it, traded it, whatever. But guys, like I always say, keep it gent, love your scent, and I will see you all next time.